So it's like just we're talking about what's happening. Yeah,
No, it's
very
just
very
that
much.
we are not bringing anything. It was like
No, I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're live. So, well, thank you everyone for joining us today. Um, I don't know which of the meetups today is, like probably the 20s
September.
or 30s or whatever, something like this. What is it, 35? No,
40, 34.
34th. Well, thank you anyway for joining us today. Well, we skipped one last month, and that's why we are coming with a lot of things that happened in the last 2 months. And actually, when I was going through the list, I was like, wow, that was a lot. Because when you are on the thing, um, you're just releasing one thing out of the other. But when I was looking back to the 2 months and what we delivered, I was like, wow, that's nice. And by the way, I'm here with a lot of people today. I have Renaud, as usual, with me here.
Hello.
Thank you, Renaud, for joining.
Welcome.
Renaud is head of product, and he has a lot of things to tell about the product, the vision, and a lot of different things. But also we have Guy, the page builder
Hello.
guy. So, sorry, no, pun not intended.
Nah,
It was
easy,
natural.
easy.
Not intended. Anyway, well, I love to talk to Guy. He has a lot of things to tell us about the page builder, and we have this internally these weekly updates about the page builder, and I like following the progress with you. And we have Com. Com is on
Hello.
Slice Machine and developer tools, and also you have a lot of updates. You've done quite a lot of things in that last 2 months, and also Com is a big fan of analytics for product, so that's really cool as well.
Really?
Bringing that aspect. Well, that's what I hear. That's what I see. Anyway, on the other side of the wire, we have Alex Trost. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Yeah, there you are.
Hey, great to
Yeah.
be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here. And we have Lucy as well. Lucy, where are you? There you
Yes,
are.
hey, thanks for having me.
So, Lucy, developer experience and most known in the Nux community and Vue community. Well, thank you for joining us. And Alex, dev advocate, and you probably see them a lot on different channels. So, anyway, and also will be actually, Alex Shamla will be joining us
Yeah.
afterwards for a little
there's
demo or
also
something, right?
Elena.
And Elena, where Elena is with us. There we go. And actually, this is something special as well. Is like we have a page builder, like the page builder tool team is focusing on making marketing people more productive and delivering more pages and better experience. Com with the Slice Machine and DevTools is focusing on bringing developers a lot of productivity as well in their workflow for building a website. Elena is focusing on agency growth, and that's very special. At some point, we chose that we want to get agencies. We want to focus on them as something not as developers, not our marketing team, but also as they have their own needs of being agencies. And because we know that Prismic is good for agencies, we heard that a lot, that it's good for optimizing agency work when you're going one project after the other, and we said, okay, well, let's specialize in that and bring also focus to that. Elena is helping us with this. So, Elena, how's it going?
It's going pretty well, thanks. How
We
about
don't hear you, so probably from our side. Yes. Are you here? Yeah. Okay, it's just us. Probably we're not hearing you.
But if you put audio.
All right.
Now
that's
I
okay.
hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today. So we have all the product managers
François
in
is
here.
managing
We don't have
info services.
Francois, who is managing the platform, that is helping us scale everything that you guys receive as services. So anyway, that's cool. So let's start with a lightweight question. I don't know how lightweight it is, but a lot of us use Twitter or X today. I'm still not used to that. It's very hard.
Feels weird.
Yeah, it feels weird. But sometimes we'll get used to it. But there is a news that they are going to charge everyone for using X, actually, like some small fee. There were a conversation that I didn't listen to, but of Musk with some prime minister of Israel. And he said some minor amount, and there are reasons to that. So the question is, will you pay for X? Would you pay this small amount for paying for having access to X? What do you think?
Depends how much.
Depends how much.
Like maybe $2-3 a month.
Two?
Okay, but
Two?
if we start getting to like Netflix range, maybe not.
You'd rather watch Netflix,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Well, why would you watch your memes then? Well, it's not
Very
good.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Elon is the best meme dealer, so I don't know where I would go.
Meme dealer. I like it. Would you pay com? Do you use?
Yeah,
it?
I don't use that much, so I guess no. I guess no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Not big user.
Even if it's free, you don't use it. So
Yeah, exactly.
how? I don't. Tough. Like I don't know. Maybe at the beginning, and then I guess some alternative will actually pop up and show up, and that's the moment where I might consider switching if there is a good alternative that is for free. Because actually, it's content creator that is interesting in there, and so I guess. Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I pay for some stuff like on Substack and stuff like that. So, but the problem in Twitter is that the content is not as rich there. So, like, I don't know if I would pay for like 140 characters or maybe a bit more now that they expanded. So,
Actually, part of the rebranding that happened is to make people forget that I guess Twitter is 140 characters.
Yeah.
It's not anymore. It's done. This is the past.
no, but like
Video, it's everything now.
It's
Like long form
everything.
podcast.
You can make a blog post on it, and it's fine.
it's mostly the content though that I see myself is actually meme and like how do you say just some kind of tweet storm and stuff like that. So like I don't know if I want to pay for this kind of
I mean,
content.
you know, on Twitter now, I think you can subscribe to people and
Yeah.
you like pay them. I don't know if any of you are doing that.
I
yet.
subscribe to one person.
Okay.
But he didn't put any content so far. It's for nothing. But actually, you need. So I guess anyway. People in the chat, please tell us your opinion. I have a few opinions here. I see that
Alex, no
Alex
way I'm
wouldn't
paying.
be paying. We'll see with that. Actually, let's wait and see, Alex. Samuel, neither. He wouldn't pay. Okay. Well, I don't know. And actually, maybe making you pay just for the subscription is to enable you, or to to warm you to pay for subscriptions as well. Because today, the action of paying for someone to follow someone or to kind of subscribe to their content, it's a big step. It's a huge step. And maybe they thinking like, okay, let's get you one step at a time, and we have like very small fees so that you have your credit card in there, and then it will be easier for you to subscribe to some content.
Or get more money to actually distribute to content creator in order to engage them to create more content.
It's a loop, right?
Like
It's a
Amazon
loop.
is doing with Twitch in a sense. Like you get your Prime subscription and then you can give some money to some Twitch people thanks to your
Maybe
Prime.
that as well. But also at the same time, it's very interesting actually, and for content creators and actually professionals and business owners, it's a very exciting time because things are being redistributed, as in or reorganized, as in some people like so. X is taking a very clear path, so and that is leaving some actors like LinkedIn, for instance, space of like, ooh, okay, some people are not liking this policy. Welcome here, we're doing something else. So maybe like B2B for now doesn't seem to be for Twitter, right? Because if Twitter goes to content creation, it goes like something like YouTube. It's very hard for B2B to exist on YouTube. It's mostly creators for like more to actual
Direct
end user direct customers, and that is and I feel that the algorithms of LinkedIn are being changed to accommodate for more interesting content, and I feel more people are scrolling more into their content on LinkedIn. How do you feel about that?
I think it's already happening, like in LinkedIn. Like you see
Yeah.
more and more content that are not actually linked to business or like business related.
Or
You see, like,
self-promoting,
people just telling
yeah.
their life and telling.
Yeah, that there
stuff
is
like that.
also not only
Yeah.
business, also
Yeah.
like
So it's we see already that
more
movement
entertainment.
toward,
Yeah.
memes also in LinkedIn. I mean, not
There
not the
are
same
there
ones.
are there memes on,
Yeah.
on LinkedIn?
Yeah, there's memes on LinkedIn.
I need to be in the right circles.
There's a good meme about LinkedIn that I'll share. Someone shared it with me, and it's around like the different content you see on LinkedIn, or like when you log in for the first time, and it's like, what is it? The guy who's like, "Hey, it's me again," and you have like 14 messages from some guy trying to sell you something, and yeah.
And then some guy telling you about the last 10 failures that he had and now he bounced back from it. Like, yeah, okay.
Typical content. They need to survive like beyond that kind of content. I see Tega saying like not paying either. Panos, I would pay if and only if there is a transparent fact-checking process in place with emphasis on transparency element. I understand. So
I kind of like what I did with the community
Community notes.
community
is, yeah.
notes. It's a very cool feature.
I like it too. I mean, it's comments basically on the content and say, oh, this is what we feel about this content, and you know,
Yeah.
you have context. It
Yeah.
gives you context. And there are several videos where people like there was this alien thing, right, in the parliament or something, right?
Was it in Mexico somewhere in
Yeah, in
South
Mexico.
America?
Yeah. And then under it, they were like, okay, well, this has been, I don't know what the words they said, that fabricated or something. So right away
It's
you get the
debunked.
context. What is it?
It's been debunked, like this whole thing.
Debunked.
It's
Yeah,
just-
debunked. Yeah,
yeah.
this is the, yeah. Cool.
But do you think you would pay Sadek? I know you use
would.
Twitter a lot. You would, yeah.
I think I like paying for services. I don't know. Twitter X is special, and you know all the Musk and all the things, and I guess people are developing emotional, you know, feelings about it and feelings about it. But I like to pay for service because I know. Well, let's put X on the side. I know a lot of people are working hard on a lot of things, and often we take it for granted. Open source, we expect everything to be open source, and when I see like frameworks like, for instance, Next and Astro and Svelte and all of these, and everyone expects them to be for free, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of hard work from people that believing in their thing, and how about we pay them? You know, I guess it's a good idea. This is one of the reasons that made me stop with open source, because I was like, yeah, but at some point I need to make a living, and
So you need to eat.
and you know, I chose to go to SaaS, even if I believe a lot in open source. So I think we should pay for the value that we get, and if we don't, then we are the product, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
then they
exactly.
sell
Yeah,
us
yeah.
ads, and
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather pay and don't give me the ads, and it's fine.
Yeah, I think they're going to make you pay and give you the ads anyway.
That's the thing. No, but Spotify doesn't give me any ads, right?
Yeah, no, I mean
Yeah.
for Twitter specifically. Would you pay for the new page builder?
I would. I already do.
How much?
As much as you want. Anyway, let's jump into what we have. Do you know the plan or no?
Yeah. So the plan is actually to talk about product updates. So we are going to spend some time discussing changes in the page builder, changes in developer experience through Slice Machine, but also looking at some support of new technology in Slice Machine. So that's where Alex is going to jump in.
Yeah.
A transition, a new interesting feature for some of you, most of you, I guess, in order to allow you to transition easily to Slice Machine now if you're an existing user of Prismic. Talking about a new API that is one of the most requested features, I guess, of Prismic that Alena will present as a migration API. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll end up welcoming Alex Shamla to discuss about the website of the month, so a cool website made with Prismic. So the goal is to go over all the releases that we actually have done during the quarter, and there is a lot. So it's going to be a packed meetup, going from the marketing experience to a lot of the developer experience too, and so it's going to go across the board. And the goal is not only to tell you what we've done, but to also demonstrate it to you. So we'll have a few demos to show you actually what we've shipped. And honestly, I like the format, and I'm very happy about everything that we are going to show you today, because it's a lot of huge progress that we've done.
Yeah, and also this is your moment, guys. I mean, I'm talking to people in the chat, because you can tell us about things, suggest, ask if there's something unclear or something that you need improvement on. This is the time. You got the page build. Every product manager in here in the room. So you got their attention. It's time that you use that attention.
The goal is not only to talk about the release, also is just to give you a quick glimpse on what is coming. And so, like, if you have any questions, we are going to basically give you the main key points of that we are going to work on. It's in the continuity of what we have shipped, and it's basically going to help you understand what's coming and what you can expect for within 3 months when we'll do this format again.
3 months.
Yes.
Because I know that the team has a little bit more visibility than 3 months, but this is what you're talking publicly about.
Yes.
Cool.
We also like to get some flexibility on the roadmap, because if we talk about the page builder, for example, it's rather a new product, so we want to also give some space and welcome feedback, and so give some space in the roadmap to actually adjust and change some of the things that people don't like, detect new opportunities and so that's why we think the quarter is actually a good time frame in order to plan and to communicate, because even though we have a longer term vision, it's actually good for us to get this flexibility to adjust.
Yeah, and today is a good day because I guess the picture is clear, and we're jumping into it. And I guess we're going to start with the page builder. But here's an intro about it: is that today the picture is clear. Like in the past, we said slice machine, and people ask us why slice machine. We said because it's good slices and stuff, and you will see it in the page builder. But people had to visualize. What does it mean? Like, okay, break slices, and why is it good? Okay, I understand it's a little bit better here and there. But now the story is complete, right? Because we can see the experience. So it's obvious. You see the page builder, you say, I want this. How? I'll go to slice machine. So that becomes an easy story and very straightforward. Now, it was always part of the vision, but we need to the different parts. So I like to think about it as, Prismic, we had to develop the V2 of Prismic.
Exactly.
Because we've been there since the beginning. We created all the headless CMS and stuff. And then we observed that there is a problem with that. Headless CMS is very good for developers because you can use your stack and all of that. But it's a big problem for marketing and content people because it doesn't deliver a good experience. And was like, ooh, okay. And 2 years ago, we said, like, we need to do something about it. And let's rebuild the V2 in a way. And the page builder and slice machine are these V2. So today we'll delivering on that. So maybe I will give it to you, Guy. Tell us what you got on the page builder today.
Wow, where do we start? What a quarter. No, and what an introduction as well. It was a really good introduction. So yeah, I guess today we want to run through some of the stuff that we've shipped. I guess focus on some of kind of the bigger, more exciting features that we delivered on this quarter. So yeah, I guess let's jump into it. Is there anything you want to say?
No. Just generally speaking, for those who haven't seen the page building experience, you're going to see we adopted a few patterns that we think are very, very relevant. I guess you can guide them through that.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess the main thing, and this was something that we introduced the first time we did the alpha session of the page builder, was around this concept of like familiarity. So having a pattern that when users come into the new page builder, it's something that's already familiar, something that they know how to use. And so with that, we have the table of slices on the left-hand side.
Can you put the screen quickly? Yeah. Awesome. Super.
Cool.
Thank you.
And so we've borrowed, again, very heavily from tools that we love and that we use a lot internally, and Pitch being one of those. And so we have the table of slices, and one of the really cool things that we added this quarter, which we think is going to help make people more productive, help make building pages a lot easier, is basically a drag and drop. So essentially you can drag slices and move them up and down and reposition them within your page to quickly, rebuild, see how things look on the fly, change the composition, all that sort of stuff. So we think this is like a really powerful feature, and definitely something that's kind of like getting us to the vision of like this familiar experience, making it easy to use, intuitive, all that sort of stuff. Sorry, Siddiq.
No, it's good. So for context, people that don't know, the left side is actually your page.
Yes.
Broken into several sections.
And those are your slices.
And those are your slices.
Closing the loop, exactly, yeah.
And you said we think. Actually not.
Yeah.
Is that we know, right?
Yeah.
People came to us, they saw this, and this is very fun. Like it's a lot of fun to work directly with users. It's like we showed this page builder. It's like, oh, we like this. Can we drag and drop these slices to reorder them? I said, okay, well that's nice. Let's implement it. We implemented it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean it was an expectation is when we were doing the user testing and stuff like that. People were like, okay, I see this pattern.
Should an expectation.
Yeah, it's an
expectation.
It was an expectation.
Yeah, right away.
And so it was something that from the outset we're like, okay, we need to do it. We didn't have it for the alpha, but we thought it was something that we needed to remedy pretty quickly and have it in there for our users. And I know personally, using the product like makes a huge change. I love just actually not even like saving the changes, but just dragging and dropping stuff and trying different combinations. So yeah, a really cool feature. We hope our users are going to find it really useful when they're using the new page builder.
Yeah, and so basically, as you said again, like that's the representation of the page on the left. We already had this concept on the first version. We just added so much like related to since the first version because it was kind of a blank state.
Yeah.
And so we now have this drag and drop feature. What else did we add?
Yeah, I mean, I just quickly wanted to comment on something as well. So you'll notice with like the slices, there that some of them are like different sizes.
Yeah.
And so this is something that we added as well, is that basically like the slices in the table of slices will resize to give you better context of what they're like in the context of your page. And I guess in order to have that, you need to have the latest version of the slice simulator. So, you know, make sure that you're using the latest version, all that sort of stuff. But again, we think it's super helpful. And again, for the live preview and all that sort of stuff, it's a really cool feature. And yeah, with the investment, takes a couple minutes to upgrade, and there you go. And yeah, obviously Chrono just quickly demoing the live render and stuff as well that we have with the new page builder.
Well, we have a lot of feedback about the live rendering.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, super powerful. Again, for a lot of people, I guess they had this flow within the old Prismic around like editing, saving, publishing, previewing, all that sort of stuff. And so the feedback that we've had is all around how it just saves like not having to go through all these steps, and basically just being able to quickly get an idea of what's going on in their page, and maybe, you know, preview once right at the end to see it in the context of a page. So yeah, no, again, super cool feature, super powerful, and really happy with it.
What are the next steps that you envision on the table of slides, for example?
Should we open
Maybe quickly.
that topic? So I guess like one piece of feedback that we've had on the table of slices is around the size.
Yeah.
So that's Sidek laughing there. So I guess again, people who have used the page builder, who have seen some demos, seen our videos and stuff, and people who have spoken to, you know, our sales team, CS, agency team and stuff, have given us the feedback around the size. So that's something that
So the width of it.
I mean, ability to resize, get a larger preview, all that sort of stuff. And so I guess that's something that we would see as an evolution in like early 2024. Or, yeah, something that we need to prioritize and all that sort of stuff. But it's something that we're aware of, and we want to.
Or maybe earlier. We never
Maybe
know.
earlier, yeah. Well, yeah.
The UI is way better than the old editor I see in the chat from, let me pronounce it, Jish Buddhas. I don't know if I pronounce it well. And he says also the sidebar works great for rendering slices, gives me PowerPoint vibes.
Yeah, well,
That's
there
the
you go.
idea,
There
right?
you go.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he's ever been on the meetup, but I'd love to give Anto, the designer, a shout out, because he does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of his handiwork and stuff. So yeah,
Wow.
great. Thank you for the compliments in the UI. We'll pass them on to Anto, but shout out to Anto as well. So yeah, I guess we want to run through some other stuff.
Let's go.
Cool. So I guess just to quickly, go a step back in terms of like the priorities for the page builder team. So obviously we launched this alpha and we had new functionality. We had the table slices, the live render, and things like that. And the goal for us is that we want every Prismic user to have this product. So the focus for us over the last quarter and sort of towards the end of the year will be adding a lot of the features that are currently supported by Prismic into the new page builder so that everyone can use it. And so like this quarter, one of the things that we added, maybe we'll start as like the locales.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, obviously you have a website, you may have, you know, an English version. We're in France, so we have a French version, all that sort of stuff. And so within the website, within the page builder, we added the ability to change your locale. So I can go within my English and go to my French version. And then also, obviously, we've got a blank page there, but I can copy all the content from my English locale to my French locale, so that I can quickly translate it and have a French version ready to go. So that was one thing that we did. We did a lot of work on our rich text field. So when you're creating a rich text within Prismic, there's a bunch of different formatting options that you can have. Like you can add an embed, you can add an image. So we added those. We also added the ability to create a link. And one of the really cool things that we added to the link field in a rich text and the link generally in Prismic is we now support relative links. So I think that's another one that people have requested from us for a while. Yeah.
Not only for the new page builder, it has been a thing for forever, right?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Almost forever.
Yeah, almost forever.
So that's one cool thing as well that we were able to do as part of that. And then there's some fields that we won't show, but like we added the GeoPoint, the support for that. We also added the ability to add tags to the document, so you can create tags at the top of your page.
Do you have any idea of how people use tags? Why is it interesting?
I think for filtering in terms of
Filtering,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
We need to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Like it's something that has always been there and that we have taken for granted. The tag system. We see it in blogs, for example, being used to actually categorize and present the different category that exist. But actually, how it's being used and managed, we know it's also a struggle for some people to manage tags, like when they want to rename or merge or stuff like that.
So
It's something that
we'll give it some focus.
But it's something that at some point, like, we'll have to, look a bit deeper into it, because we always took it for granted, never question like how it's working and if it should be there. So it's something that we'll have to look at. Tell me.
I'm not sure if I should. I mean, I know we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we're going to do in the future.
Yeah.
And you know the topic that we were talking about before this meeting. Are we allowed to talk about that on here?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, we can.
Okay,
Well,
because
think about it.
okay, because I guess I was going to say, so like one of the things that when we talk about like getting to
for
feature
sure.
parity is in Prismic right now, like we support the concept of roles, right? And so we've been having some discussions around how we can potentially like improve and iterate on that concept. And one of the things that we have is this idea of like workspaces, so collections of custom types.
Mhm.
And I guess it would be interesting, like once we have workspaces, how that would kind of like interact with, well, if we have how that would like interact with tags as well. In
I
terms
see.
of you kind of have already have some filtering being applied to your documents and stuff.
So something that I wanted also to comment on, it's just nice in the product. Something that I really like about the product management is when you say like we take things for granted, but then we go back to them and study them again. And one of the things that happened with locales is that you guys went into the copy to another locale, and we had two features. One of them is copy the whole thing with
Yeah.
content, and the
Yeah.
other,
It was just copy the structure and the assets.
what happened to that?
No one used structure and the assets.
So we had a button in the interface
Yes.
with a full functionality that no one used. Now, of course, we could wonder whether it's because it's a discovery or a real problem, but it didn't seem like to be a discovery thing. No one cared.
No.
Yeah. So like in the process of making a new
Yeah.
page builder, we're taking some concept and said, okay, what was that? Who uses it and what's the use of it? Yeah. And then we sometimes either restructure it, like you talked about the user roles, we completely restructure it in the opportunity, or we say like, okay, no one is using it.
Yeah. And you see that some of that with some of the things that we're working on for next quarter, like for example with the revision history.
Mhm.
I think that's something that we kind of haven't taken for granted what has currently been done in Prismic, and tried to kind of like make it a little bit more intuitive, make it easier to understand, improve the features. So we're doing that as well. It's not just a complete like for like with the stuff coming in the existing features in the new page builder.
And it's interesting because, as you said, taken for granted. So used, like, I think all the sales team was actually demoing this feature, and we were like very proud of like, oh, you can copy the assets and stuff like that. And everyone was like, oh yeah, interesting in the demo. But then actually when you look at the product usage, we looked at it and it was like, okay, interesting in a demo, not that much in actual real life.
Absolutely. This is what's fun about product management. I have a few things from the chat. One says, well, Alex Hillel, he says, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, I'm very bad at it. English is not my native language, excuses. I think the page builder looks awesome, but I'm also a bit nervous of introducing clients who are used to the old interface to it. Will the old Prismic UI remain available for these clients? Before answering the question, I guess I would like to know.
Okay.
What you're nervous about, right?
No, that's the first thing that came to my mind when you actually got the question, because when I'm curious to know what is the anxiety that you might have, because actually when we use this product, we did an intensive body of work to actually test it, to get it to people, and put it in front of them to get their feedback and to understand how they are perceiving the experience. And like, actually all the feedback was like extremely positive.
They will love you for that. This is what you
Yeah.
say. Okay. Now, maybe there are certain things that are particular to that.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, if I may just quickly
Yeah.
to add on that point. So Alex Shamla, who's going to be on the meetup later,
Yeah.
he was telling me, so right now within the page builder, there is the ability to use the old the legacy editor, and part of that is because there's still features that we don't support. So it's like if you need to use something, you can go back. But he was like, can you guys hurry up and build everything? Because I'm sick of using the old one. Like, once you start using the new one, it's like a 10x experience that you're like, I don't want to, use
go
the old
back.
tool anymore. So
And actually, in the migration, in the upgrade path, is there is a step where you might not have the table of slices if you
Yes.
don't configure it correctly, but the full editor works properly. So actually, you will have the new version of
Yeah.
it, which is much faster, better design, and better functionality,
Accessible.
and accessible, and a lot of good properties. Even if you don't configure the slice, the table of slices on the side, and then you can introduce it afterwards. So like, hey, it's even got better because you can have this live preview. So there are several steps to it, right?
And I mean, I guess like the version of just the document editor is kind of already there for people in Slice Machine as well. If you're using like the editor and the Slice simulator to get a sense of like what the, I don't know, scaled back version of it is, or just like editing a document. But even that is like much better.
Yeah.
And at the end, like what we do for the moment is actually the tool is in beta, the new page builder. So during this beta, we are allowing anyone to actually go back to the legacy editor. So maybe it's the right moment to actually onboard some of your customers so that they can have the access to do this. Because yes, early next year, like there will be no way back, and we'll basically turn on the page builder for everyone, and the old one will disappear.
And I would say, don't worry. We tested so much. We get a lot of feedback. We're going to fix every issue that is there. So it will not be surprise. It will be, if it's a surprise, it will be a good surprise. I have another question today. Well, I have many others actually, but there's one that I wanted to. Yeah. So I guess this one is for when we talk with Com. It's about we need to be able to delete variations. We'll hold that question and you will answer it afterwards. We're still with Guy here. Let me see. Do we have others? I guess Alex anyway answered. So Alex, for the question of the support of the editor, he says, sounds good, guys. So seems it will. Well, I'm sure it will work and it will be good news. So these updates are great, Rachel say. What do you have to do to get access to the new page builder? Okay, so I want the page builder. What do I have to do? Is it for me already? Because you said there are some features that may be lacking. Is it for me already?
Yeah.
And what do I have to do to get it?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, right now, if you want to kind of let us know after, we can activate it for you. We still have a waitlist and things like that, but we're progressively opening it up to more and more users. But yeah, I mean, in the chat or to someone at Prismic, if you can
Or
contact
Twitter
us,
or LinkedIn,
Twitter,
whatever you
LinkedIn.
want. Reach
Yeah, I
out
mean,
to
yeah, reach
Guy,
out, you
to
can-
come to Renaud, to me, to whoever you want, and say, I want it.
To all of us.
Yeah,
And we will do it.
and we'll do it. Yeah, I mean, it's as easy as just asking for it, and we can turn it on. I guess just firstly, we have I guess just kind of like some info around what features are supported, what's coming, and all that sort of stuff. So just managing your expectations around what you'll be able to do in the page builder and what you may need to use the legacy editor for.
And if you try it out and you feel that, there are these features that I need and they're not yet supported, we can switch you
Yeah,
back.
we can turn it. It's
Yeah.
very easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now it is.
now it is. Okay.
So very cool. And so can you tell us a bit on? So I think we did the proper spin on what we actually implemented during the quarter. Like what's coming?
Yeah, sure. So I guess kind of in the vein of getting to, I guess we call it like feature parity, but basically like supporting everything that we currently do in Prismic in the new page builder. So there's some work around publishing to a release that we're working on and that will be available next quarter. The revision history, which I mentioned. There'll be something around user roles. So we touched a little bit on that, but we'll probably share more in the future around what we'll be doing for that. So that's for repos that have the different user roles.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's not
Give
spoil.
us-
Let's not spoil everything.
people
There is another
Yes.
another meetup in 3 months where we
But
could
people
share
came here
new
to
stuff.
get exclusive news. They will not get through
want
the
the
email.
exclusive, yeah,
they want the
yeah.
exclusive. We can give them some exclusive here. Can you give us some exclusive? Don't go too much into details maybe, but tell what is it that we're going to do there quickly. They came
Quickly?
here for the
Okay,
exclusive.
so essentially, like I touched on it before, we have this concept of workspaces, which is basically creating like groups of custom types. So you could have a workspace for your blog, and so you have like your blog page, blog homepage, author, etc. You could have one for the main website, so your pages, etc. And essentially, like the concept that we have is around being able to set permissions per workspace. So like we call it granular user roles. But if I'm working only on the blog, then I'll have maybe writer or publisher rights on that workspace. But then on the main website, I might have read only or something like that. So providing some more granularity in terms of what people can do at Prismic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, there you got it. Okay. Well. Anyway, we'll communicate more details about it. There is someone who's asking, and probably you're going to ask this anyway. So I'll answer this anyway. But where was it? It's about, will we get any improvement on the media library? That's
Yes.
from Raphael.
That's something that we
Raphael
haven't
Long.
addressed.
Yeah. That's so that's something as well that's in progress at the moment. A new media library, and as part of the new media library, there's a bunch of features that we'll be bringing. So I guess the first kind of version of the new media library, the stuff that we focused on, is an improved search. So there'll be
Search for the media library.
So a
Okay.
brand new search. So making it easier to find, just from the search bar, as one would expect in a tool that the search works well. The second part is basically having a tagging system. So again, we think in the flow of creating and editing pages, having something that you can quickly kind of like filter and categorize on, such as tags, will be valuable. There'll be some other filters that we'll add too. So, not filters, but categories, I think. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the right word because we have
Filters.
Filters, yeah. Around like who uploaded, date, file type, all that sort of stuff.
That's when you're talking in the coming quarter in 2024.
Yeah, so
when?
the intention is the kind of plan that we have is that we have something by the end of the year with
Nice.
a lot of the stuff.
That's not a lot of time. We're already in the Q4.
Yeah, so I mean we have an awesome team who's been working on it for a while, and so I guess
You have a team already working on the media library.
yeah, so they're working on the kind of architecture, the
for
back
the
end,
search.
for all that sort of stuff
I'm
at the
aware of
moment.
that, yeah.
And so then obviously once that's done, we can start working on the more fun kind of front end features and stuff that we can have for our clients.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff also that we want to introduce.
Yes.
As you said, like a bigger preview for the slices
Yeah.
and other things. I know there are a lot of other things that
Yeah.
will improve the concept of a slice. That will be also interesting, but we
Mm.
need to kind of sometimes either work in parallel or prioritize.
Yeah, exactly. And then I guess another one just to kind of touch on the table of slices is like the live render of the slices that have a content relationship. So that's something that we've kind of had on our roadmap of like, okay, we need to make sure that we're supporting that for all slices as well.
Can I shoot other questions at you?
Yeah, sorry, I think I don't know if you had something that you wanted to add.
No.
as well, Thomas.
I wanted to sum up basically for the answer on the media library. So we are reworking it completely. The expectation is to have a new media library by the end of year with an improved search, tagging system, and so one of the also big problem that people are complaining about on the bulk deletion of media. And so those will be the three big improvements that are going to be passed to the media library basically.
Okay, while we're in media, because I have another question. I miss so much to be able to replace an asset and all my pages show the new image instead of having edit every single page. Is it on the list? I don't think so for now. This is something we have to look at after all the work.
After the
Cool.
the first iteration of the new media library.
And then there is when integration fields will be supported.
Yeah, I guess that's something for this quarter as well.
This quarter as
so
well.
we have
Wow,
we have a design already and all that sort of stuff. So it's just prioritization and getting the
implementation.
sequence together. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
The goal that we set for ourselves is like new page builder for everyone by the end of year. So we know that there is Christmas, so we might have like just wait a bit for some customer to actually ship it by early 2024. But we want to be in a position where we can ship it for everyone by the end of year, meaning like all the features that you know in Prismic will be supported.
And more, because we talked about user
media
rules being
libraries,
improved, media libraries,
yes.
research. I guess you're going to make quite a few people happy. I mean, here Rachel is saying an improved keyword search feature would be huge. So yeah, people are waiting, but we know about it, right? People
Yeah,
told
for
us about this, but this is cool. All right. So, anything else you wanted to bring up?
No, I mean again, I think someone raised it in the chat, but if you want access, let us know. We can set that up for you,
Absolutely.
no problem. And yeah, again, for people who are using it, really keen to hear your feedback. and any suggestions for improving it, things that you'd like to see, all that sort of stuff. Super helpful for us in prioritizing and the vision and where we go to from kind of 2024.
Yeah, it's awesome to see so much progress. Doesn't come from me; it's from Alex from the chat. And I
Alex
believe
Strost, is it?
No, it's not Alex Ross. It's Alex Hillel.
Okay, awesome. Thanks,
Or
Alex.
Hillel. I guess Hillel. Anyway. So, well, thank you, everyone. And yeah, we're also, that's, it's good. It feels good, right? to release so often, and things are coming. Yeah, it's all coming together, as Alex is saying.
Exactly.
So, should we move to
come?
DevTools.
I guess to come. So we showed basically all the improvements that are being passed on new page builder to improve the overall marketing experience. But in order to provide this incredible marketing experience, what we also need is to have a good developer experience that will basically put in place the proper slices and do that in a productive way. So we have a team that is dedicated to that, as you might know, and so Com is the product manager of that team.
And actually, to get the page builder right, you need to get the DevTools right, because it all depends on the developer experience and how they build that
I
experience.
think you had a tweet about that. You say the meta of like you're building the website builder.
Yeah, the website builder, right? The meta website builder. Yeah, so you need to get it right. So, what you got for us?
Yeah, exactly. Like developers are the one building the slices, and so they are building your experience basically.
Mm-hmm.
So on this quarter, so I tried to summarize as well as as Guy did. So we did a lot of stuff, and we were mostly focused on making sure that new developers, when they onboard with Prismic, they have a nice, easy and fast experience of doing what they want to do, which is having a website. So having a first version of a website that works. And we tried to be ambitious at the beginning of the quarter and tried to say, well, there were discussions, but we were saying, okay, imagine a world where we could build that first version of a website in 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes. And we say, at the moment, it was not possible. It took like a lot of time to configure your project, download a lot of dependencies and stuff. And we were saying, okay, but it should be so fast and so easy to understand the concept and get to render a first page in less than 5 minutes. And that's what we were focused on this quarter. And so we did a lot of different stuff, but I guess the best way is to just demo it.
Yeah.
And I think now it's just possible to do that in 5 minutes. So
yeah, it was that's the thing.
But we'll
It's
see.
like if we're delivering DevTools, we should make people more productive. So and your ambitions, guys, was like, okay, can we get it to 5 minutes for developing?
Yeah.
And so
Something.
a lot of things has been done into resources. So we created a lot of things in resources, but also in the core experience. And so here I'm just on a new project that I created now. I just started a Slice Machine, and basically what we are going to show you now is how to build a page in 5 minutes, thanks to the different improvements that we have been passing. I'm on the next project, by the way, and Com is going to guide me through the process.
Yeah. So what we don't see here is just what happened just before, but we are not going to demo it, but just all the setup and the commands that you have to type to get started have been also improved, and they're way faster and easier. But let's focus on Slice Machine now. So you see first that it's been redesigned, so it's just fresh now and clean, as much as the new editor is. It's not all about feature, but it's also making sure that that new version is
The feeling, the experience.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the new Slice Machine, and I'll invite you.
Should I launch a timer?
Yeah,
5
let's
minutes.
go. Okay.
PY needs to
Ooh.
get one up on the screen, like a timer for the audience at home.
Okay, we are going to validate if it works or not. 5 minutes.
No pressure. Cool. So we're on Slice Machine, and so that's the default screen that you land on when you get started with Slice Machine. So we'll invite you to create that page type that the interface is asking you to do. So our goal now is just to create a page, render it, and that's it. That would be a good first success. And so you're landing on that screen. That's your page type. It's been created, and the interface is asking you just one basic thing, which is build your first slice. And I'll invite you to create that through slice templates, which are the new things that you So you can pick like pre-made slices that have been already pre-styled. That's just so easy to get started with and understand all of that concept. Also push them to that page builder so that you can play quickly with that new page builder. And okay, so let's push.
So it's just to show you, basically by clicking on the template and the selection, it just added a few slices in my project, and so I have them here. Okay.
So the story here, I have a design. I like, this is like the section I want. This is like the section. Let me take them, and I will modify them a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Oh, and for new users that don't know what is a slice, just get to the concept of what is a slice.
Just explore the product and make sure you can connect the dots with all of our concepts. So okay, you got your slices. So you're ready to push them. So we're going to push them to your repository. So doing that, we make sure that these slices and models are actually available in your new page builder so that you can now play with them. So hopefully that's the new page builder. I think so. And okay, so let's create that page, that test page that we want to create.
My test page. I will add a slice, so I will add a hero, for example.
Okay, so we can. So you see, we can see the screenshots. The screenshots now are used on that place where when you pick that slice, that's the place now where you'll see the screenshots.
I'm going to do just one thing quickly, and I'm going to add the simulator here so that we can have the live preview. Hop.
Okay.
So how much time do we get?
We have time.
2 minutes, 15 seconds.
Good.
So you got heaps of time.
Heaps of time.
Heaps of time.
No,
So I'm
that's
going.
the time left.
No, that's the time gone. So almost at halfway, 2:30 just about.
Okay, so let's create some nice content.
So I added the hero, added an image. Up. Nice.
Okay.
So it looks okay for me. Click here for my button. Add a link.
Just for context, these images, we see them almost every day because these are like the default image that we use just to test the product every time.
You see like all the slices that I've pushed and with the variation. So I'm going to add a call to action quickly also. Up. Just my call to action. Start creating your first page too.
So your code part is done already. You're on the content part, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. The slice components have been created and they contain some pre-made basic styles that you can see here.
I'm going to save.
Save.
Publish.
Okay. So now let's test the other part of the journey, which is, okay, you have your models, the content has been created on your repository, but now you need to render it into an actual page of your website. So we have that nice new feature which is called page snippet that you can open, which is actually a page component, some kind of boilerplate that is just pre-made for you and it works.
So he's telling me basically to create a new page into app/uid/pages because he knows that I'm using the app router now. So I'm going to do that. No, not a file, but a folder. UID.
Yep.
Page.js.
And just paste it. And hopefully, so we have 4 minutes. So we have 50 seconds.
Okay. And so what should now be done is that if I access the UID of that page, I should now see the content.
No.
Did you publish it?
I published it. Now, what did I do wrong? That's maybe me.
The good thing is that you have 30 seconds to debug this.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time, you think? What's wrong?
Should be maybe the root resolver.
Compile UID page in... No, I don't think so. So what did I do? 5 minutes including debugging. That's going to be nice. Am I on the right project?
So your future depends on this, or no? No pressure here.
Tiens, je sais pourquoi. I'm not in the right folder.
Oh.
Should I keep the thing ringing?
Yeah, you can.
That's
Stressful.
yeah.
Stressful, huh?
Yeah, that's the idea. Now, if you hit it here.
Boom!
Okay.
5 minutes,
okay.
14 seconds. Okay, but I spoke a bit too much, so it could not work. So maybe you
I like the vibe. I like the vibe.
No, and so actually what's interesting here is like it's really dynamic pages. So basically if I just like duplicate that page duplicate that document, create its page copy, for example, call it like that.
Yeah, change the order or add
Change-
more slices.
Change the variation to have the image on the right instead. Save and publish.
So you didn't build one page, you built a way to make a lot of pages.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was
I have my now
5
my new
minutes.
page. So we got to this point. Yeah, you can take over. Sorry.
Okay.
We got to this point in 5 minutes, basically, of creating like dynamic pages in 5, right?
Very cool. That's well done, Renaud. I mean, this is but what about like these components? Do they have style? And they have style. I saw they
Yeah,
have. They
they
are
do have
styled
style.
already.
Yeah.
They have
So
some
what is
inline
the-
CSS that you
What
use.
if I don't like the style that you put? Because I develop for custom style for my
Yeah.
customers, you know?
Yeah. So then you can access just the file and remove the actual style fairly easily. It's
Are
all
they
in
in
line.
line? It's in line.
It's
okay.
all in
I
line.
guess I'll go delete it. Okay.
You can go and delete it fairly easily. The thing is, even if you want to redo the whole DOM structure, you can still do it if you feel like it. But you can leverage the actual modeling that is there, because we know that it's also a struggle that some of our customers are having. Like modeling is something that is kind of painful, or at least at the beginning hard to get. And so like those are also things that we improve there. Is like even if you don't want the DOM, you can still keep the model and actually build on top.
Yeah, because you get the structure, right, of the repetition.
Exactly.
Like, okay, this, and then, you know, like the slice, not repeatable, and all the kind of things for
Yeah.
the obvious ones.
And also, it's so the purpose number one for that was the one that we said to provide a first success easy and fast for new users when they onboard on Prismic. But imagine if tomorrow you say, okay, I have that use case, that okay, my designer provided me that use case of a slice. What if you could browse a library of slice templates that actually perfectly fits your use case? That could be powerful. So we have for now like 5 slice templates, but I mean the future is a bit.
Yeah, we can add
Yes.
more, right?
We can
Yeah,
add
we
more.
can have
And actually, like if you have like, for instance, feature set where you have like this column, like 4 features, for instance, but you see, it lacks a button. Well, you start with this.
Yeah.
You get the model, you get the DOM, and you add a button on the modeling side, and then you go and add the button
just
on
edit
the
the
other side,
CSS
and that's it, and
that's
it's quick. And then you remove the CSS and put your own CSS, and that's
Yeah.
pretty. I was asking actually several designers around me, and it's like, would you use that? Well, actually, it's very polarized. Some people say like, yeah, I can start there and clean it up and do it, and some people really like to start from scratch.
Yeah.
But actually, we talked about it in the past that for agencies, for instance,
Most of them have boilerplate.
they have boilerplate, but it's their own boilerplate, and they might not even put style at all in there. They just have DOM, and then they take it from there. It has that structure, and they go style it on top, right?
Yeah, so we have an interesting opportunity there to actually leverage the same way, like having your own internal library and helping you kickstart your own project or demo to your customer very easily and
Demo,
and fast, like the value of the product. So that's something that we are looking at and having in the back.
Well done. That's so,
5 minutes.
So good.
5 minutes, yeah.
You got the attention. It was an internal challenge actually, because in an internal all hands meeting, I said like, Renaud, can you do it in
Yes.
in
Yeah.
5 minutes? Well, there it is. You got it not only in front of the whole company, you got it live on YouTube. Well done, man.
So I'm going to be able to send that to all the people that were making fun of me at the event.
All right.
And to
Cool.
my mom too.
To you, mom.
So what's to expect? What can people expect from Size Machine team in the next quarter? Quickly, because I guess Noah is like pressing us a bit.
So, no, but just quickly, maybe not going into too much details. So the focus was clear over the past quarter. We are focusing a lot on first experience, make sure it's nice and easy and fast. But then we are switching a little bit the focus to make sure that how can we help now in the run phase. So there's the onboarding phase, but then there's the run phase where you have your websites, you have your use cases, and you have your design. You may also have a huge team of developers, and you want to succeed with your project. So we want to help more these bigger projects and make sure that they can use Prismic for exactly what they want to build. So that's the general approach. And then there's a lot of topics that we can open inside that new focus. The first one would be almost for sure the first one would be collaboration. So today, if you are like say 2 or 3 developers collaborating on Slice Machine, it's kind of not the best experience ever.
You need to be careful, right?
You need to be careful. You need
yeah.
to switch context, etc., etc. So we want to make that seamless experience for when you are developers, a team of developers.
Mm.
That's the first things. And the other part are like more use case related. Like, I don't know, you want to build a complex navigation, you want to build that complex slices that your designer just provided you, but the way the modeling is done in the slice builder makes it hard for you to do.
I support more sophisticated
We want
cases.
to be a good match with what designer provides and what Slice Machine can provide as features. So that's one thing. And then we have also a lot of topics such as like routing, how can you manage your routing, so your URLs more easily in Slice Machine.
So yeah, bigger projects, bigger teams,
Exactly.
more sophisticated like
More complex
cases,
use
more complex
cases.
use cases.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is still a bit of focus still on the onboarding that will continue because, like, not all people actually know how to perform those things in 5 minutes, or at least understand how all those items connect. And so providing a bit of more continuity in the overall experience for new users so that they actually are able to perform it, like knowing what to use as a feature and when in the flow. What is the actual flow, by the way, to build the page? So those are the things that we are looking at.
Yeah, there are two things that come to my mind. One of them is actually we came up with the concept of slice machine and slices. And it's a very, very profound concept that allows a lot of things. And now we're talking about the page builder and how can you build several pages out of few components and all of these kind of things. But actually the way we implement it is like we introduce the concept, like, hey, you get into the tool and tell you, build a slice. And you're like, what the hell is a slice? What do you want? I wanted something else. I want to build a page. And you're like, no, build a slice first. And now we're getting like, okay, what do you want? We know that what you want to build a page, but while building a page, it's good that you think of terms of components, and that's a better flow. So that's we had some early adopters, and thank you very much to people that you adopted the product before it was easy to kind of dive into and onboard into. So thank you for supporting us in that moment. And now the moment is okay. Well, let's get it into the flow, your flow, and that's where user research is helping a lot to understand, okay, what's your journey, and let's match that journey that you have. That's one thing. And the other thing is, we saw we're integrating more and more analytics in looking at the product, and there's something that we saw first, that, well, funny, that Slice Machine is catching up on the onboarding. So basically it was worse on the onboarding than the classic way before, and now it's catching up and it's improving on top. And that's, it's logical because in the beginning we're very much into concept, and now we are more into what people are doing. But especially, there's a clear indication, very clear, that it's reducing time to live website. And we see that time, the reduction of time is almost a third, right, that we saw. And the bigger the project is, the more time you save, actually, which makes sense, right? It's components. We know it. Like it's not something surprising, but it's good to see it on analytics, not only on user research and sentiments of people, but also we see it like measured. Like people are accomplishing and delivering websites faster, way faster. That's good that you want even to go further with this, right? So that's very good.
So that's what I see from the back of the room. Basically, we talk a lot, and so I don't remember exactly the order. Should we go Elena? Should we go Lucy, Alex? And I don't see the program here because I don't have my glasses, so I'm going to check.
Now we know that you have glasses.
So the goal is now to reach out to Elena and to talk about the migration API.
Oh, well, that's a lot of people care about this.
Yes. I'm saying something wrong here. I'm sorry. So, Alex, it's for you, I guess. So one of the things that we have done with Slice Machine is not only to improve the overall onboarding, release this template, it's actually supporting a new technology, right? Are you there?
That was my cue to talk. Okay. Yes. Sure. If that's, I'm happy to jump in. Yes.
Yes.
We are now supporting SvelteKit. There is a video, so that's why I'm a little bit like, are they playing the video first, or
I was expecting the video to jump in. That's why.
Either way, I don't know.
Let's go for the video then.
We go for the video?
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy. Hey there, I'm Alex from the Prismic Developer Experience team, and today I want to talk about our support for SvelteKit. We are now supporting SvelteKit with Slice Machine, and it is unlocking a whole bunch of fantastic developer experience goodies for any Svelte developer. If you're not a Svelte developer, if you don't know. Hey there, I'm Alex from the Prismic Developer Experience team, and today I want to talk about our support for SvelteKit. We are now supporting SvelteKit with Slice Machine, and it is unlocking a whole bunch of fantastic developer experience goodies for any Svelte developer. If you're not a Svelte developer, if you don't know what SvelteKit is, happy to tell you, it is a fantastic meta framework for building websites, very similar to Next.js and Nuxt. So in the same way that Nuxt uses Vue, Next.js uses React, SvelteKit uses Svelte for its components, and it has a lot of the same features that you know and love from Next.js. It even has a very similar page and layout syntax like Next.js does now with its app router. The developer experience for Svelte, developers absolutely love it, and survey after survey keeps coming back that developers are like, this is fantastic. It's really easy to learn. It has a very good performance, and it like shrinks down to a small little bundle just because of how it works. I'm not going to get into that too deeply, but yeah, Svelte is fantastic. SvelteKit is excellent. You will love it. But what does support for SvelteKit actually mean when it comes down to it? Like, is it just that you can make requests from your SvelteKit project to Prismic? It's actually a lot deeper than that. Prismic always prides itself on creating the best developer experience that we can, and that means getting really integrated with a framework, not just supporting it at a surface level, but we actually make it so that in Slice Machine, you are getting a lot of features out of building with a SvelteKit project. So let me show you real quick. So here is a SvelteKit site that I have. It's just our demo site. This is the full page demo. And here is that same demo in Slice Machine. So Slice Machine is where you create your page types, your custom types, and your slices. So you do all your data modeling here. But it's also a lot more than that. So if I look at this page type, you can see I have my slices that are attached to it. So I have my hero, I have a quote slice, I have a text slice, image. All of these slices are what make up this end demo. So like there's my hero, there's some text, there's an image, and then over here in our new page builder, you can see that we have those slices being used to build out the page. And right over here, you see that we have these live previews that are possible because of the new page builder, and we now support those live previews with Svelte components. So if I come down, let's say to here, if I wipe this out and say, hey, chat, that should update. And let's see if I hit save. Whoops, I was looking at the wrong spot. So there it is. Hey, chat, my fault. Hey, chat, and you see it's live updating. I thought I was looking at the wrong one. Anyway, you can see that we have these live updates, and here we go. Let's do this one now. Hey, chat. So live updates in Page Builder using SvelteKit as our component framework. And so if I go in and I create a new slice, that will give me a brand new slice here. So here are all my slices here. If I click add slices, create new, and I can say slice name, hey chat. Now let's go for something like testimonial. I'll click create. And then we should see our testimonial slice was created here with a Svelte syntax and everything. So it takes care of that. We have types here that automatically get generated for you. It is fantastic. And now I'm going to add a new field real quick. I'll add an image field. Say image, click add. And then one of the best features here is that you get code snippets that automatically get generated. So I can copy that. I can paste that in here, and instead of that placeholder stuff, I'll hit save. And then if I hit save on my component and simulate this slice, we should see this in a second. It's just going to basically simulate that slice and give it some mock content. So we should see a draft image, and then our image isn't showing exactly. Let me see, save mock content. Oh, I have a little error. I didn't import it. Give me one sec. All right, importing Prismic image, and there we go. So we get these really nice code snippets. They come in for all of these fields, and it makes developing and templating out much, much easier. You can upload custom screenshots, just pasting it in from Figma. It's really easy. I'm not going to do that for this little demo. But yeah, that gives your editors the opportunity to add slices with thumbnails so they know exactly what they're looking at. So image banner, we can pop that in here, select an image. We can go one from Unsplash. I'll add these cool cherries. I'll hit save. And if I hit publish, we should see over here at Meetup. Wait, no, this is my project. Let me open that real quick. Visit. There we go. Let's see. So I popped it in somewhere in here. Oh, actually, I just want to check out localhost. And we see that right there, that slice is popped right in the middle. If I move it around with this nice new drag and drop feature that we have, I hit save again. I'm going to publish that. And on localhost, I'll just hit quick refresh. And just like that, that slice is moved up there. So you now have the ability to create slices, to get code snippets, to have slice previews with Slice Machine and SvelteKit. It is fantastic. You also have the power of our Prismic Svelte SDK. We've had that out for a little bit, but it is better than ever, and you're really going to enjoy working with it because everything is typed, everything just works really well. We have some documentation to get you up and running, but we are working on more tutorials and more courses and things like that right now. And we're also working on supporting full page previews and page snippets like we do for the other frameworks. So how can you try this out? You can go to your dashboard. Once you've logged in or created an account, click SvelteKit as I just did there. And then you can either start from our minimal starter or our full website demo. Hope you enjoy it. Take care. Hello. I didn't unmute myself. All right. So there we go. Hope that cleared or not cleared everything up, but show just how fantastic SvelteKit is and how the Slice Machine integration kind of builds on top of everything that we just saw with the page builder and with Slice Machine. And now you can use that not just in a Next.js project like Renault did, but you can also use that in SvelteKit. We don't have every single feature yet, but we are working on it. And we're just really excited to support the first new framework in years in Slice Machine.
So now we have official support for Next, Next, and Svelte.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So you said that there is a few features that are missing. How was it to actually support the new technology, the new framework? How complicated it is to support a new technology and to get to implement those features, for example?
Yeah. Well, hey there, I'm Alex. So it was. Oh, there you go. Sorry, we went back to the video for a second. I'll let him explain it. I say it somewhere in the video, probably. So this was a big effort from both Lucy and Angelo on the developer experience team, as well as the dev tools team in work that we did last year for like an entire quarter, where we did a substantial rewrite of Slice Machine, and that kind of laid the groundwork for what we were able to do much quicker now with SvelteKit. So actually implementing SvelteKit was kind of quick, and that was done primarily by Angelo on the developer experience team, but all the work that came before it kind of made that possible. The reason why it takes a little bit of time was kind of talked about in that video, where we don't just consider supporting SvelteKit as like, oh, you can query our API from that framework, right? Like that's what just about every other CMS does, is like, hey, we support every framework because you can hit our API and you can get your content, and then it's up to you. Like you're kind of on your own, where as we just showed, we give you this deep integration. We give you code snippets, we give you page snippets, we create components for you. We make it so that every time you create a field, it's like showing up right in your project, and you can version control that. Like the depth at which our integrations actually go, it's just there's nothing else out there like it. Like Slice Machine is just its own thing. So supporting a new framework is a big undertaking, and we don't take it lightly, because we also want to support it with documentation and make sure that our support staff can kind of be up to speed on Svelte questions. And yeah, it's a lot of work from kind of the entire company. So,
But I like that the fact that you guys restructured the slice machine into this kind of, you call it plugin or adapter
Yeah.
system. Is that you would say, okay, for the snippets when people use it, this is what you put in the folder. For when you create a component, this is what you do it for Svelte, for instance, and then you define it differently for Next. And the parts that are deep integration to a framework, they are in the adapter, so that translating that into a specific framework is much quicker. That deep integration is put in the right place, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we took that framework specific code out of the core of Slice Machine and put it in those adapters, so that whenever the create slice button is clicked within Slice Machine, it talks to the adapter specific for that framework, rather than having tons of frameworks, and it would get messy in the core of Slice Machine. So
Fantastic.
yeah, fantastic work from Lucy and Angelo on breaking that out and making it a lot easier to reason about.
Super cool. Thanks everyone for the work. So thank you, Alex. Do you have anything to add?
No, I'm just really excited for people to try it. If you've already tried our SvelteKit integration, we would love any kind of feedback. We like Svelte here, especially Sam Littlefair
Absolutely.
on the education team. He is big into Svelte, but lots of people have been asking for Svelte for a while. So if you are one of those people, please give it a try. Give us your feedback. We want to make this the best developer experience for building SvelteKit sites that we can possibly make it. So we would love your feedback and enjoy.
Cool. There's something I heard Sam saying something like to him Svelte is art or something. Like it's like very neat in how you describe things in it, and some people feel the same about it, and I'm very happy that we're supporting Svelte and SvelteKit.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Well, now what we got next?
What we got next is actually Lucy that worked on the SvelteKit integration and the adapter integration, that will also talk about an awesome new release that will not serve SvelteKit, but not actually serve new project or project already existing Slice Machine. But since we show all the value that Slice Machine can provide to you, we have a request for quite some time about, okay, I'm a user of Prismic for a long time. How can I actually migrate to Slice Machine and
So
use
if
that?
you were not using Slice Machine before, how can you migrate into Slice Machine?
Migrate, like
Upgrade into Slice Machine. Yes, you're right.
But that's the actual thing that Lucy is going to present to us now. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Hey. So, well, like we just talked about SvelteKit. If you're using Next or SvelteKit, and you're not using Slice Machine yet, well, we have cooked some news for you. And I guess we'll launch the video first, and then we'll have a quick chat about it.
Let's go.
Hey, this is from Prismic Developer Experience Team. As you might have heard, we've been working on a way for long-time Prismic users to upgrade to Slice Machine. As of today, part of you might still be blocked on the old custom type builder with old types and slices. And we want to change that. We want to enable you to upgrade to modern Prismic, to start leveraging Slice Machine and its local development environment, but also to enable you to later on use the page builder that we're still looking forward to releasing to everyone soon. So what will the upgrade look like? I'm glad you asked. It will be quite simple. The first thing you'll need to do is to initialize Slice Machine inside your project, whether it's Next, or even Svelte. From here, it will install everything needed for Slice Machine to work, but it will also pull down locally your custom types, as you can see here, so you can start managing them right away from Slice Machine. So talking about Slice Machine, well, let's launch it. So it's already running here inside my terminal, and I can head back to my browser. And as you can see here, I already have all my custom types available locally. And one of the first things you might want to do is to convert some of them to page types. So like mainly the ones that are responsible for representing pages on your website. So homepage, blog post, and pages can all be converted to page types. And from here, one of the most important things you'd like to do is to start migrating your old slices. So if I go inside my blog post here, we can see I have my old slices represented in my slice zone, and I want to migrate them. With this upgrade tool, you will be able to migrate those slices incrementally, one by one. You won't need to do everything at once. And all of that without losing any of your existing content on Prismic. It will all get migrated transparently for you. So how does it go? You will have this button here showing up, which says Migrate Legacy Slice. Clicking it, you will have multiple options. For now, only one is available, is to upgrade the slice. And when upgrading the slice, I'm prompt for a name for the slice I want to upgrade, and then I can click Upgrade. And this short process, you can see it's already done, migrates my legacy slice to a slice managed by Slice Machine that I can right away start iterating on within Slice Machine. I can simulate it. It also created a component locally for me to develop these slices. And from here, like my slice is migrated and I can start working with it again within Slice Machine. We won't have to deal anymore with the legacy custom type builder for this slice. So, well, everything I showed you today is not available yet to everyone, but it will be soon. In the meantime, welcome you to join this waitlist that will send the link in the chat or in the link below. And so please fill in the form. And like if you're interested, if you're working still with a custom type builder on Prismic.io and want to upgrade Slice Machine, we'll do our best to get back to you promptly and to enable you to perform this upgrade. So that's all for me. Cheers. All
We are back.
Yes, all right.
So Lucy, so can you tell me and can you tell us a bit more about like what you just demo us? So like it's basically a way for existing project to migrate to Slice Machine, but like what were the complexity of it? Like what are the challenges and how do you see it?
So, well, like the main complexities for us at Prismic was that legacy slices, so the slices that you were using on the legacy custom type builder aren't the same as the slices managed in Slice Machine. And so on our end, this implies a migration and like mainly like the main like challenge like to keep your content, so that the content you made with both slices in the past, you want to preserve it and don't like input it again inside Prismic. So we need to find a way like either to link back this content or to like migrate it, and that was the main challenge for us. And we think we found a way to overcome that. We're validating it for now, but it's pretty close. And well, like we're looking forward to making it available to everyone. And well, with this update, we want to enable you really like to allow you to migrate incrementally to Slice Machine so that you don't have to disrupt your workflow and like migrate, like stop everything and like migrate everything at once. You can do it incrementally. And the reason we want to push for that is that, as we discussed before in this meetup, like we want the page builder to be the future of Prismic. And for that to happen, we want all Prismic users to be able to migrate to the page builder to embrace all its new features.
And so that's super cool. And so yes, like Alex is saying the same thing in the chat. Actually, like in order to provide all the power of the page builder, we basically need you to migrate, to upgrade to Slice Machine, and that mainly if you want to enjoy all the features that are related to the real-time previewing in the table of slice and all these kind of things. If you don't migrate, you'll still get the new page builder and most of the features that are going actually to be shipped by Guy's team. But if you want to enjoy the full experience with the real-time preview, the table of slice, then it's a mandatory pass for you. And so that's why we want to make that pass as simple as possible. And so when is it going to be available?
Well, that's a question for you.
So it's a question for me, yes.
So well, as I said, we have a waitlist. So I sent it again in the chat. So if you're using the legacy custom type builder still in Prismic and you're looking forward to move on to Slice Machine, please fill in the form and we'll try to get back to you promptly to give you a head start on this new feature. We'll release it incrementally. For now, we don't want to release it to everyone at once, just to be sure that this is a correct path to allow you to migrate to Slice Machine. And but at one point, it will be available to everyone. That's my understanding.
Yeah, so we start to open it to more people on the waitlist next week, if everything goes right on the first batches and test. And so yeah, the goal is actually to provide that for all users. And that's our expectation later this year. for now, it's a waitlist. You can subscribe to the waitlist through the chat, and we'll reach out to you as soon as we can open it to you.
I wanted to touch on something that is important here. So to upgrade, so you've built slices in the past with a traditional custom type builder, and now you want to go to Slice Machine. The first good news: there is no content migration,
Zero.
no import export, no API hitting right API or anything. No, we're doing that for you. And that's the good thing of being a SaaS, and that's something I will learn throughout the years, is like, we migrate the content for you. Don't worry about it, okay? So we take care of, because that's the whole thing. We like, there is the Prismic version 2, version 3, like there are always versions, but we take care of everything that we can take care of. The thing is, putting the slices in your code, that's in your GitHub repo, we cannot do that for you, but we provide tools for that. So also that is something that we want to help you with, so that it's very quick as an experience, and you can get the features and keep profiting from the best features that we give you with the page builder. And
exactly. And since we know it's also a process that can take some time, we allow you to do it in an incremental way. So basically migrate your code bit by bit, as you've seen in the video, by just clicking on the slice that you want to migrate and just turn it into a new slice for which we'll have the preview.
Yeah, it's an incremental way as well. Nice, very nice.
Well, thank you, Lucy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Anything that you want to add?
No, well, I'm really looking forward to seeing like how users will start to use that and like what flows they prefer, but I guess we'll learn that soon.
Cool. So we'll learn that soon. Wow, a lot of things, and still new features and new value that we provide to users to come. So, Alena, I hope you're there.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, you're still there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how are you?
I'm doing good. Getting hungry.
So you got like also nice news to actually share with Prismic users. So can you tell us more about what you've been working on with the team?
Sure. So Sedek already touched on the fact that we would like to help you with your content migration, and this is indeed also about content migration. So we definitely heard a lot from you, a lot of feedback around how painful it could be to get content into Prismic when you wanted to maybe move over an existing website to Prismic, things like that. And we know that it's been highly requested to be able to have a programmatic way to get your content in. And so we started looking at this in the context of agencies first, because agencies were telling us, hey, when we've got a whole bunch of content, it's a bit of a painful process. And we wanted to make that process easier. So we know also that the import-export tool has some limitations, and we wanted to also remove those limitations. So that's kind of where we got to, where we decided, let's build a migration API that will allow you to create, to update your content in a programmatic way, and will also allow you to get clear validations to make sure that your content is in the right format, and clear error messaging, things like that. So improve on that to help you get it in faster and just start to make your website beautiful.
So how does it work?
Sure, I will show you. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't know if my screen is blended. Okay.
Yes.
So it's a very exciting Postman screen here, and I'm going to show you how the create document endpoint works. So basically, we just have a few required fields that you have to give us a title for your page that's going to show up in the document list, and then the type, so page type, custom type. And if you have it, if you're using it, the UID, and other than that, a language and some data. So right now you can pretty much add any kind of field here. So we have a couple slices in this request that I'm going to make, and you just have to provide us with some information about what slice type and what variation you want to use, And then you can also add slices. And we have rich text, we have links, we have basically all the fields here. I have quite a long, long request I'm going to create right here by just sending. And then we're going to look at it in our, all right. And as you can see here, I've got a nice page created. I'm going to just show you how it works. It's created as a draft, so and that is in fact on purpose. So we don't want to we want your content editors to be able to check the content and then publish it before it goes live. And so here you can see I've just created several slices. I've created some tags. I've got even some a little bit of metadata that I've added in here, and it's ready to go and ready to be published. And then I can just show you quickly the update. So I'm not gonna go through everything, but we also thought about how we're going to be able to export your content. So say you have a lot of pages that you want to make a bulk update on. You can do that in that you use our API, our Prismic API, to just read the information. So you can read the documents and use that same response that you get to formulate your update. So basically, we made it quite easy to be able to update, and it's no longer the same process as you have today, where you have to export all of your pages in your repo, and then kind of pick and choose what you want to update.
So I'm repeating here what you are saying, like the input format of the data so that you can write programmatically in Prismic is actually the same one as the output when you query the API. So you can get this format, just send it back, and then it will update the document.
Exactly. Thank you for being.
So this covers a lot of the cases of the right API that people wanted to have, right? Well, I see Alex is very happy about it.
It does. It's not covering absolutely everyone, but I think this is a really solid basis as well to look into additional use cases in the future. Absolutely. So that was our goal here, and I'll just go ahead and do my update, and then you can see. So all you need for your update is the ID of the page that you've just created, and then whatever data that you want to include in your update. And we can see here when I reload that I've now taken out 2 of my slices and removed my metadata. So there we go. That's it for my demo. But yes,
that's really cool. Thanks a lot for the demo. So can I use it?
You can. So right now it's on a private beta, and you can sign up for the waitlist. So if you want to go ahead and sign up for the waitlist here, we will then message you and give you access when it's available. So we're definitely really excited also to hear about some real use cases so with this and how it works for you. And we're thinking about the ways that we can automate this further as well. So we want to hear kind of where you would like to see it go in the future as well.
Okay. And so do you have a general idea of where you want to where do you see this going, like in the near future?
So yeah, in the near future, so in the next quarter, we are doing some work on the release part of this. So we want, instead of creating a document as a draft individually, we want to be able to create those documents in a bundled kind of form that you can preview and publish all at once. And we also want to remove the limitations that we've had on the import-export tool of 200. So that's usually not enough for a lot of the import jobs that we see coming in. So we want to remove those limitations and make it really much easier to just, with a click of a button, get all of your documents published as well. that's kind of our main focus, and the rest we're of course looking at the feedback and kind of feeling where the next opportunity might be here.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, thanks very, very much. Actually, this is very important for, especially when you have a big project and you have some existing blog or something you want to migrate into Prismic, and this will make the process much easier. So I'm sure that a lot of people will be happy about having access to this. If you need access to this, well, same thing. Contact us. Tell us that this is important for you, and we'll manage to give you an early access to it so that it also fits your needs, right? If you have something that is maybe you have some adaptations that you need us to to do, if they make sense, then we're going to do it. So it's the time. If you won't need early access, contact us.
For sure.
Anything to add, Alena?
No, I think that's it.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Thanks for waiting a bit and have a good dinner then. I think we are good on the product side of things. We are good. It was a lot. It was dense, and so like the goal is actually to get as much like next quarter, like and to continue to ship on the same amount of improvement and in the same level of quality. So like we are going to get this ritual on a quarter basis, basically to update you on what's coming, what we have done, and what's coming. And I think that's it for the product. So now we welcome Alex, I guess.
Hello.
That is going to talk to us about the website of the month. So every month we try to showcase a website that is basically built by the Prismic community. And so this month you selected
Alan.
Okay. What is Alan?
Alan is a health insurance company, right? That is quite popular at the moment, right? I should get closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, will do. And basically, it's a really good company. So if I had my CEO in the room, I would say it's a really good company to use for health insurance, right? That's something I might say.
You want us to change? You want us to change?
I don't know. It's just
I'm just saying.
I have friends over there
I have
on the
friends
sales
over there.
side, and they're looking into it, right? just so you know. But
Yeah,
yes,
but like Alan are really good because they are redesigning how insurance companies should, and what's the experience with insurance. Like there is an experience with insurance, and they are working a lot on this, and I like they are challenging this industry that has been there for forever, right? But it's good to have challengers that, and we are very proud to have them as a customer as well.
yeah, exactly. And so basically they are gradually moving to Prismic, right? They had a previous headless implementation that they were happy with, but they faced some limitations in terms of like the ability to create more pages, more types of pages, etc. And internally, right, in the developer team, some developers were really using Prismic a lot on personal projects and suggested to use Prismic in the company. And so basically over the last 15 months, right, they've been gradually implementing Prismic on pages. So they're almost done, right? And so basically what's very interesting is that they've been using Prismic for their marketing website, right? As you can see here on their homepage, right? You can clearly identify some slices that have been created with Prismic here. And they also build like the product pages, the career pages. But what's really special about the communication we had with them is that they also shared with us the actual showcase, internal showcase they have, right, to show what are the different slices they're building inside their company, right?
Yes, okay, they have some kind of documentation of the slices.
Exactly.
Cool.
And so basically in here you can see what are the different sections they have, and for each of these, right, we can see what are the different blocks they built, right? So that's super interesting because it really allows to see what's the best way to use Prismic, in my opinion at least, right? It's really having this composable approach with these slices that you can stack on top of each
Absolutely.
other.
I've seen an agency or several agencies actually that have this approach when they deliver to a client. Not only they deliver the page builder and all that, but they deliver some kind of documentation. Oh, this is how you can use, and these are the possible slices, and this is where we recommend to use this and that. And I like it. It's in a bigger company like Alan, it gives a much clearer way of, okay, how can I use that if I never used it before?
Yeah, definitely. And it's also great because they're able to communicate about which slice is going to be deprecated, which slice is added. So it really allows, I think there's something written somewhere about that, but yeah, I didn't open the right tab. But basically the idea is that it allows them to really like make their slice library live, right? And they'll be adding new slices, new variations, removing them over time. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And we thought about sharing it.
Yeah. Eventually, we should have something like this in the product. What do you think?
Eventually.
Yeah.
We're getting close to it though, like with the actual slice selection, with the screenshot. Like if you get the preview on top of it, like that's not far away, let's say.
Yeah, and then maybe we can tag them, and stuff. Yeah, but I mean, I see something very interesting here that we can learn from. Cool.
And one of the things that we saw with Storybook at the time, similarly, like actually integrating documentation plus an environment that is like local or at least isolated, so that you can develop your slice and document it, is something that we saw in the past. So yeah, that's something that we see a lot, and potential opportunity to ease the onboarding of marketing teams in the tool.
Yeah, it's a very good example of using slices at scale, right?
Yep.
It's a bigger scale.
So thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
I think we've done all the content that we wanted to cover today.
So I have just two questions.
Yeah,
we
for
covered
sure.
everything. It took us time. So I have a question from Neil, who says, "Did I miss talk about custom tags in the new page builder in the rich text?" That's one.
So you didn't miss anything. We haven't talked about custom tags in the page builder. So one of the goal today of the page builder is actually to ship like the rich text as is, but that's something that we have identified as, let's say, quick follow-up when we have a general availability. So basically when it's being shipped to everyone, to not allow custom tags or custom labels, but to actually complete the set of tags and labels that are available. So we know for sure that quote is being heavily requested, like underline.
Quote, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's elements that are on our radar, and that you should see some progress next year on that front.
And actually, it's much easier to now add with a new page builder and slice machine. So okay, so there are things. We'll go for more, nailing some use cases that are obvious, and quotes is one of them. Okay, that's the answer. And then we'll see if there's something left that we don't support. Then okay, so then we can support something generic for to catch all the cases. I have another question. Will the simulator allow custom images as a source for the mock data and slice machine? I guess, is it about like me providing a library of images so that you can select from them, the slice machine selects from them for mocking data?
My understanding of the problem is that when you use the simulator to develop locally, you can use only Unsplash images. And so for some use cases, you might want to have like your own custom images. I know that we heard the feedback quite a lot of like getting logos or transparent images to actually being able to test it. And it's not something that you can do currently. So yes, it's something that we have identified. I think we had a discussion last week about it with some team members. So that's something that is on our radar. Like, I don't think it's going to come this quarter though, but it's something that we are looking at, yes.
All right. Well, that's it for today. I don't have any other questions. It has been a great event, and it was long, full of a lot of intense, full of a lot of things that we delivered. Next time we're going to have as many updates, so probably we should, tell people that it's going to be longer. But I'm very happy about the things that we did, and I know what are the things that are in front of us. So
yes,
it's going to be exciting to come back here and talk about all the things that we implemented. Thank you everyone for this event. Thanks for everyone in the chat for the questions. It has been rich. We understood also a few things about what's important for you, and I guess thanks for everyone also that helps behind the scenes to organize this. To Nuha, to Pierre-Yves, and to Flo, thanks everyone, and see you next time.
See you next time.